Happy day 4, Flossmas Vlogmas. It is December 4th, and here is our card of the day for our holiday countdown. This is a wonderful image called The Goose Girl, and it is by Lucian Pissarro from 1923. And so that's the image that Jacob has given us today. Our floss, our Roxy floss of the day is English Ivy. Look at that. It's a beauty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous green. And I have completed the stitching for the day, so if you still want this to be a surprise, now's your time to hit the pause button. Here we go. Ta-da! Basically, very, very straightforward stitching today. This was very simple to add. We just added to our leaves all the way around. Very simple, nothing out of the ordinary. We did also do them on those two oddballs at the top. And that was it. It was a pretty quick stitch. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, Carrie, what are you up to? Ooh, look at that.
Ooh. This is Hello Rudolph.
There's the chart.
Crow's feet stitching.
Yeah.
And it's super cute. Doing it on 40 count Rudolph, because that's a thing. 40 count biscuit.
40 count biscuit.
And these are all the colors.
Beautiful.
They're beautiful.
So you're starting with the border.
I am.
Very nice. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So these little guys right here, because we'll have somebody ask.
Oh yeah.
Those
so
are cool.
Okay, so I've gone through a lot of magnets off of Amazon, and our friend Lori recommended these ones, and they are Cool Smart
magnetic cable ties.
Yeah,
right?
From Amazon. They're by far the best ones.
Yeah.
Cool Smart.
So if you are struggling with side tension on your projects,
yeah.
It never bothers me.
No,
I'm not
it
that
doesn't.
fussy, but Carrie really likes it.
As
you can see, she likes it. Drum tight.
Yeah, it's tight. I like it.
Very nice. All right.
Those are the ones to get.
Those are the ones. You better get stitching.
Yeah, I got a lot of stitching.
We need that model done.
Okay. Stat.
Pitter patter.
I'll get on it.
Okay. I have 3:30. I'm picking Nicholas and his friend up from school today. And so I have maybe 45 minutes. So I'm going to do the back stitch. I'm going to try and see how much of the back stitch I can get done. I'm not going to take this home. So whatever I get done back stitch wise is going to happen in the next 45 minutes. And if I can't finish it, then I'll finish it tomorrow morning. So let's go. You can see here that I need to add in measuring ticks for, this is for assembly, for when we put the pinwheel together. So because these are far apart and they need to be really carefully counted, they have to be in the correct place to have the best possible outcome for assembly. I've pre-marked them with my pin so that I know where to stop, and that way I can very easily do the sewing method with the back stitch and just zip my way up to the next mark, make that tick, then count the next one up, and I'll mark it again. So it's actually going fairly quickly. Famous last words. So I am back at home. Came home a little early today. As I said, I was picking up Nicholas and his friend. They wanted to go to the mall. So we might get some footage of the pretty lights at the mall, and maybe even Santa's little, Santa and Mrs. Claus, their little, you know, where they sit. What is it called? I don't know. But I thought I would show you. Nicholas and I have been, it is 3 mornings a week. We get up at 5:45, 5:30, or 5:15 if we need showers in the morning. And he has music, like band and symphony rehearsals 3 times a week. So it's a very early start, and I'm usually at the office quite late. And lately we've been doing a really bad job of eating properly because there's not a lot of time, and normally one of us sleeps in right till the last minute. I'm not going to say who that is, but the name starts with N and rhymes with Icholas. So he hasn't been eating very well in the morning, and frankly, neither have I. It's kind of been just, you know, go, run and go, get ready, go. So my favorite thing to make at night that we can just take with us are overnight oats. And they're dead easy. Most of you have probably made them. You've probably got your own recipe. But in case you don't, I thought I would share what I do, because it's so easy and it just sets you up for the next day. So I'm only going to make a couple tonight because for some reason I can't find any more of my jars. I've only got 2, so I'm just going to make 2. And if Nicholas eats his tomorrow and he wants another one for Friday, well, I'll just make 2 more tomorrow night. So you need oats and milk. I use regular cow's milk. You can use any kind of milk that you want. I also like to use hemp hearts, a little bit of hemp hearts, a little bit of extra protein. I also really like, my daughter Sarah got me on this little bit of cocoa nibs as a little extra treat, just a little bit. And I forgot to take it out. Chia seeds. Nope, those are pumpkin seeds. You could use pumpkin seeds too, but chia seeds is what I'm after. So go with that. And then, now I'm missing my tablespoon. Okay, so because the mouth of the jar is a little bit narrow, let me just, I'll point you down so that you can see what I'm up to. I've also been preparing dinner, so you're gonna see my broccoli there. That's for dinner. There we go. How's that? Got a pretty good view? There we go. So, got my jars. Like I was saying, the mouth is a little bit narrow, so I just like to use a little 1/4 cup measuring cup because it means that I can just dump it directly into the jar. So I use approximately 1/2 cup of oats per jar. A little more or less. This recipe is, you know, it's pretty darn forgiving. There's not much that can really go wrong. And then I put in a tablespoon of hemp hearts into each one. Same with the chia. Anybody have a chia pet when they were a kid? Whenever I see the word chia on this, you want to sing the chia every time. Never fails. Goes through my head every single time. So 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Now, I have dumped this before, and these are a little bit spendy. So before I put it down, I always make sure that I seal the bag. Lesson learned. And then I don't use quite a full tablespoon of cocoa nibs because it doesn't really need it. So, you know, maybe just half a tablespoon. Just a smidge. Hopefully this isn't too noisy, too rustling. I guess I'll find out when I'm editing. And then, see, I've got some frozen mango here. You can use any kind of frozen fruit. Frozen mango is Nicholas's favorite, and this is what we had in the freezer, so that's what I'm going to use. But first, I'm going to put in 1/2 cup of milk into each one. So basically, the parts are 1-to-1 with the oats and the milk. There we go. That's it. And the only other thing I'm going to put in is the fruit. So just let me get us another little measuring thing to scoop that out. I think we can just get it. And you can put in as much fruit as you want, because what happens is that it melts overnight into your overnight oats. Oh, I gotta turn. I'm making some potatoes and roast chicken for dinner tonight, and the potatoes are going crazy. There we go. So, a little bit more mango. The President's Choice brand is just a, you know, if you're Canadian, you'll know it well. It's our local, sort of, not local, but it's our, we have a, it's a chain, sort of no name, that it's a brand put out by the Loblaw Corporation, so you can find it at No Frills, Real Supercenter, etc. So I like to just jam a whole lot of fruit in there. A little more for Nicholas. He really likes it. And then that's it. You seal it up, you stick it in the fridge, and then in the morning, I like to take mine to work, and I usually keep some yogurt in the fridge at work, and I will put a little bit of yogurt on top in a bowl. I'll dump the whole thing out into a bowl, put some yogurt on top, and there's breakfast. That's it. So I better get on and prep my broccoli because the boys are going to be ready for dinner soon. So I hope that if you've never tried overnight oats and you try them and you like them, let me know. It just occurred to me after I filmed that I always get questions. If you're new here, I am Canadian, specifically southern Ontario. And in Ontario, not everywhere in Ontario, because if you make the blanket statement, everybody has bagged milk in Canada, that's not actually true. Not every province has bagged milk, not every location in every province has bagged milk, but a lot of us do. And a lot of us have had bagged milk in our past. I grew up with it. It's what we've always had. It's what I've always known. So yeah, we all have these plastic jugs, and they are of course reusable. We buy our milk, comes in about, well, if you have a family, generally you're buying a bag of milk. And what I mean by a bag of milk is it's a large bag that has 3 smaller bags inside it. So each bag is just over 1 liter. There's 4 liters total milk volume per large bag of milk. Other questions I normally get asked are, don't you worry that it's going to explode? Doesn't it leak all over the place, like if it gets punctured? I have never myself punctured a bag of milk, purchasing it at the store, bringing it home in the car, bringing it into the house, putting it in the fridge. What's more likely to happen is that you will buy one from the store that has a leak already that you don't notice. And then that can get a little bit messy, but it's rare. Generally, most of us are used to checking the bag of milk before we pull it out of the refrigerator case at the store. So bagged milk, yeah, you put the bag in here, you give it a little tap on the bottom to get the bag to go all the way to the bottom. You hold on to the one corner and you snip the little corner off the top. Some people snip both corners for airflow. We don't. There's debate on how big or small to snip the corner of your milk. Some people, you know, if you snip it too big, you're likely to get razzed the following day by who cut such a big hole in this bag of milk. However, some people like more milk to come out faster. Generally, when you start pouring the milk, for the first few times when it's full, you want to pour, but you want to hold the other corner so that when you tip it, it doesn't just go flop into your cup. Most of us are pretty used to it, so it's not really anything that we think about. The only time I think about it is when I show it, and then I get asked a lot of questions. So, bagged milk, there you go.